Okay, here we are. I'm gonna demask and put myself over here. So, thank you ladies for joining me in person tonight, and anyone else who is joining us in the outer space. Welcome to our Wednesday Night Live class, as we like to call it, our lottery class. So let's go ahead and get started. We're actually going to start in child's pose, so you can bring yourself down onto your knees, let your hips settle back down to your heels, and just begin to reach your fingers forward. Allow yourself to reflect. Check into your inner space, any areas that you may need to move around. Allow that to happen. Now, as you pause here and reflect inward, begin to look at what you're missing about yourself. See if there's anything there that may be even glaring that you're avoiding or not interested in paying attention to at the moment. And let's take the next 60 minutes to recognize what's there. As you're here and you're in that inward reflection, looking at those glaring patterns of behavior, notice how you feel. Do you feel vulnerable? Do you feel sad? Do you feel joy? Do you feel peace? Whatever you feel, see if you can sit with it, and instead of distracting yourself with a to-do list or other thoughts that tend to pop in if you're not feeling so great, allow yourself the freedom to explore. Let your entire practice be open and honest. As you begin to reflect deeper, create space inside. Maybe imagining you're swimming through algae-filled waters. And as you explore, and as you swim along, you move aside the algae, anything that gets in your way, to allow for a clear path. Use your exhalation to break free from that murk and muck. Allow yourself room to expand as you draw your breath in, and the freedom of release as you exhale. Sit with this feeling for just a few more minutes, silent and as still as your body allows. When you feel ready, begin to make movements with your body. Imagine that your hips are like hinges, and you press into your palms to lift your hips up, to rise into your table posture. As you make any adjustments, begin to lower your belly, lift your eyes, and look up into a cow. And then as you exhale, tuck your navel towards your spine, draw your chin to your chest for a cat. Inhale and lower your belly, lift your eyes, lift your heart. Exhale, round your spine and draw your chin inward. Continue to flow. And again, imagine that you're swimming through that algae-filled murk and muck, clearing space with each and every movement. Inhale for expansion and exhale for freedom. After you take your next exhale, allow yourself to move into a neutral space in your spine. Let your fingers press into the earth and come back to stillness. Notice anything that maybe popped in emotionally. And again, allow those emotions to be and flow. We're not distracting. We're experiencing in a safe space. As you take your next breath, press your left shin into the mat to lift your right foot up and bring it toward the front of the mat. So your right knee is lined up over your right ankle, your left hip over your left knee. And then as you inhale, we're going to press your right foot into the mat, walk your hands up your leg if you need to, and sweep your fingers to the sky. Allow your front body to open and expand. And then as you exhale, reach forward and fold at the hips, plant the left hand into the mat, and lift the right hand up. Squeeze the right thigh in towards your center. As you take your next breath, bring your right hand back down. Let your fingers touch down to the earth. Curl your left toes under and lift your hips up. Press into the ball of your left foot and stretch out your hamstring in your right side from your hip all the way to your heel. If your knee is bent, that's completely fine. If you need to grab onto a wall, that's completely fine. As you exhale, plant your palms back into the mat, drop your left knee back down, and sweep your right leg behind you. Reach the right leg long. Pause here in a half spinal balance. And then as you exhale, bring the right knee down to the earth. You can lift the left knee if you need to and rock your hips from side to side. As you take your next breath, inhale and lift the left knee up and then step the left foot toward the front of the mat. Again, align your hips and your knees and your ankles. As you take your next inhale, either walk your hands up your leg or lift your fingers to the sky. Maybe your head lifts, maybe your heart opens as we come into a little back bend. As you exhale, engage your belly towards your back, fold down forward. Plant your right hand into the earth. Inhale, lift your left hand up. As you exhale, unwind your twist. Frame out your left foot. Curl your right toes under to lift your hips to the sky, and then press your hips up and back toward the back of the mat. Again, if the left knee is bent, that's okay. As you take your next breath, plant your palms into the earth. Drop your right knee, keep your left leg behind you, and come back into that half spinal balance. Exhale, bring the left knee down. Inhale, drop your belly one more time, lift your eyes, gaze up. Exhale, round your spine one more time, chin to chest. Still imagining you're flowing through that murk and muck, releasing and letting go. Come back to a neutral table. The next breath, you're going to curl both toes under and send your hips back towards your heels. We'll stretch into the feet, getting deeper into the fascia of the toes. Opening the body. And then as you're ready, fingers press into the mat to lift the hips up, and then exhale the heels toward the earth to make your way to your first downward facing dog. As you let your head hang heavy and let your heels maybe pedal, rock and sway, maybe your hips move back and forth, and just allow for your body to continue to open. Inhale to expand and exhale to be free. As you take your next breath, tuck your right knee towards your chest and then step your right foot to your right hand. Plant back, left heel down at 45 degrees, and then as you inhale, either walk your hands up your body or sweep your fingers to the sky. Adjust your shirt if you need to. And lift your arms into warrior one. Continue your breath. Notice how you feel in this stillness. If you want to retreat, try to stay as present as possible. As you exhale, hinge down, fold forward. We're going to take the left to the right. Inhale, look up and out halfway. Exhale, fold down. As you breathe here, you're going to bend your knees and lower your hips like you're about to sit in a chair, because you are. Inhale, lift your arms either to the sky or bring your hands to your heart for more of a balanced space. Tuck your navel towards your back, engage your core. And then as you exhale, either bring your arms to your side or keep your fingers lifted as you reach to the sky. Exhale, arms down. Roll your shoulders up, back, and away from your ears. And let yourself stand firmly and tall in your mountain pose. Feel the connection of the earth as your feet press into the mat. Maybe, so if you're not with us in space, you can't hear the tattoo parlor music next door like we can. And although it may be jarring, you need a little bit of distraction to be able to recognize what you need to move. So, with that being said, we're going to come back to our mountain pose, shoulders back and away from the ears, belly broad back into the spine. And then as you inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, hinge at your waist and fold forward. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, fold down. Now we're going to plant our hands and we're going to step both feet back all the way into as if we're going to go to plank, but we're going to drop our knees and then lower all the way onto our belly. As we're on our belly, the arms are going to come down to your sides, palms face down. Squeeze your thighs and your calves toward each other. And then as you inhale, lift your head and your heart up for locust. As you exhale, bring the legs down, frame out your heart with your fingers, curl your toes under, and lift your hips up back into downward facing dog. Again, allow your head to hang. Make any adjustments that you need. And then as you inhale, tuck your left knee towards your chest, step your left foot forward. Anchor your right heel down to the mat. As you inhale, lift your fingers to the sky. As you exhale, hinge at the waist and fold forward. Frame out your left foot. Step your right foot up to meet your left. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Again, bend your knees, lower your hips. You can either bring your hands directly to your heart or sweep your fingers to the sky, whatever you need for balance in our Utkatasana pose. Inhale, lift your arms up into the air, reach tall. Exhale down to your sides. Connecting to back bends a little bit in our opening practice here, allowing us to really start to invigorate and feel a little more awake, even if it's at night. All right, so as you take your next breath, inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, about halfway. Exhale, fold, and plant the hands again. Step back like you're going to move into a plank, but lower all the way onto your belly. Try to have a little bit of control with that, so you're not just flopping down. Bring your arms down to your sides again. Squeeze everything together. Inhale, lift your head and heart up for locust. As you take your next breath, lower the legs, bring the hands to frame out the heart. Lift yourself up and either come through table or go right to downward facing dog. From down dog, inhale, step your right foot forward. Plant your left heel down at 45 degrees and rise to warrior one. As you exhale, roll your shoulders open, palms face down, adjust your feet, and make your way to warrior two. As you take your next breath, lead with your left hand and cartwheel your palms down. Step your left foot to meet your right at the top of the mat. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees and drop your hips. Hands either come to your heart or lift to the sky to come back into chair. This time we're going to fold right back down. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step as if you're moving into a plank, drop your knees and come onto your belly. Arms come back down to your sides, legs squeeze together. Inhale, lift your head and heart. Exhale, back down, hands frame out the heart. Curl your toes and either move through table or move right to downward facing dog. As you take your next breath, inhale, step your left foot to the top of the mat. Plant your right heel down. Inhale, rise, warrior one. Exhale, roll your shoulders open, palms face down, adjust your feet, warrior two. As you take your next breath, begin to cartwheel your way down, press your palms in, step back. You can also always drop your knees first, onto the belly last, locust. Bring your arms to your side, squeeze your legs together. Inhale, heart up. Exhale, legs drop, palms press into the mat. We're going to come into table from here. So allow your hips to lift, come back onto your knees. Press your palms into the earth. Press your left palm into the mat. Inhale, lift your right hand up to the sky. And then as you exhale, bring that right arm under and through. Drop your shoulder, drop your cheek, and then lift your gaze maybe up over your shoulder. On the next breath, press your left palm back into the mat. Inhale, lift your right hand back up to the sky. Exhale, bring the right hand back down. And then we'll move to the second side. Plant the right hand into the mat. Inhale, left hand up. Exhale, left arm through. Drop the shoulder, drop the cheek. Maybe the gaze goes up to the ceiling, or maybe it's out and down. Take whatever expression of thread the needle feels like it's good for you today. Listen to your body and where it wants to go. Move intuitively. As you take your next breath, plant your right palm back into the mat. Inhale, lift your heart back up, lift your left hand to the sky. Exhale, come back into table. As you take your next breath, let your hips settle back down onto your heels. Come to sit so that you're sitting on your knees. And then as you inhale, lift your arms up into the air. Interlace your fingers and press your palms up and lift up as you press, reach. Exhale, dip your body over to the left or right, whichever. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, dip your body to the right or left, whichever. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, release your hands down to the earth. Drop your hips towards your heels and sit back for a moment. Start to lean back slightly. Get a nice little stretch in the front of your thighs. And then as you exhale, begin to lift up. Press your palms back into the mat and come back into table. From table here, we're going to curl the toes under, lift the hips, and make our way to downward facing dog. On the next breath, walk, step, float. Inhale, lift your arms all the way to the sky. And then exhale, arms down to your sides, shoulders up, back. Inhale, lift the arms up over your head. Exhale, hinge at the waist and fold. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, fold down. Plant your palms and we will step back into your version of plank or table. If you're in table, inhale to cow. If you're in plank, lower your belly toward the earth and then lift your gaze up. If you're in cow, move your way to cat. If you're in cobra, curl your toes under and lift your hips for downward facing dog. As you take your next breath, look up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift your arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, down to your sides. We're going to do sun salutation A 2 more times. As you inhale, lift your arms up. As you exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, fold down, plant your palms, step back into either table or plank. If you're in table, move to cow. If you're in plank, lower. Inhale to cobra. If you're in cow, move to cat. And then move to downward facing dog. Two more breaths in down dog. Check back in. Remember, expand with your inhale and find freedom in the exhale. Both feet to the top of the mat. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift the arms to the sky. Exhale, arms down to the side, shoulders up, back, and down. Adjust your clothes if necessary. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold down, plant your palms. Move through your flow at your own pace, in your own way, whatever that looks like for you. We'll meet in down dog. And we'll take 5 breaths here. As you take your next breath, bring both feet to the top of the mat. Look up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift the arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, bring your hands together at heart center. Shoulders up, back, and down. Make any movements with your body. Make any adjustments that you need. As you take your next breath, we're going to get steady and strong in the right foot. And then as you inhale, get your left foot. Either bring it to the top of the right foot, to your ankle, to your calf, or up into your thigh, whatever you're feeling today. And then as you're ready, reach the fingers all the way up. Arms can go wider or more narrow, whatever you feel more balanced with. Now we're going to transition here into a warrior three. So get nice and strong in that standing leg and let go of any story about what a warrior three looks like for you. Bring your hands down to your heart. Lift the left leg. You need to kickstand it real quick. Go to town. And then as you exhale, you can step the left foot back and just lean forward. And then if you're feeling a little stronger, a little more balanced, you can lift that left leg up. And then our arms can go out like an airplane, up in front of you, or wherever you feel connected tonight. As you take your next breath, take a little bend into the right knee to step the left foot down. Inhale, arms up, warrior one. Beautiful transitions. You guys stay where you are. As you take your next breath, roll your shoulders, open, palms face down, and open out into a warrior two. Inhale, straighten out the front leg, lift the right palm, reverse. And then from this, send your left hip out and reach your right hand forward until it comes down either to your shin, your thigh, or wherever you feel comfortable this evening. Keep the left hand lifted and roll your shoulders open to face out if you can. Inhale, allow your fingers to be pulled up to the sky. Lift your right palm and reverse. And then exhale, come back. Keep the front leg straight. Bring your hands to your hips. Roll your shoulders toward the front of the mat. And then step your foot up. Just about 1.5 feet, 2 feet difference. Roll your shoulders open. Lift your gaze up to the sky. And then as you exhale, press the balls of the feet into the mat to hinge at the waist and fold down. Don't force yourself. Allow gravity and your breath to take you as deep as your body is ready to move. Tented fingers, maybe they're flat, maybe they're on books or blocks. And then as you're ready, walk your hands out slightly toward the front of your mat, stretching into your back a little bit. Your right knee to lift your left leg up to the sky. Or your sky might be a little cloudy tonight, so maybe you're a little lower. Maybe your toes touch the earth. Maybe it's real foggy where you are. And then as you exhale, bend the right knee slightly. Step the left foot down. Press your palms in. Sweep the right leg. Open it wide. hang out here for a few breaths. Several, maybe. As you take your next breath, press your palms into the mat. Begin to lift your heart back up. Curl your toes under and sweep your right leg up to the sky. You can bend the knee and fan out that hip, draw some circles. As you exhale, bring the right foot down and make your way to downward facing dog, if you haven't done so already. On your next inhalation, walk, step, float, or hop your feet to the front of the mat. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift your fingers all the way to the sky. Exhale, allow your hands to make their way to heart center. Shoulders roll up, back, and down. And then as you're ready, get steady and strong in the left foot. Begin to bring the right heel either to the ankle, to the calf, to the thigh if it's in your practice tonight. Inhale, lift the fingers up. As you exhale, bring your hands into your heart. Slowly, intentionally begin to move your way into Warrior Three. You can touch your right toes and then lift your leg up. Grab onto anything that's around you. As you exhale, slightly bend the left foot, step the right heel down, lift the arms up, Warrior One. And then next breath, roll, open it out into Warrior Two. Inhale, straighten out your front leg. Send the right hip back, but lift the left hand to the sky, reach up. So we're going to reverse first. Making room in our side body. And then as you exhale, reach forward with that left hand. Reach, reach, reach. Keep your back flat toward the fake wall behind you. And then lift your right fingers. Inhale, lift that palm, reverse. Exhale back, and then bring your hands to your hips, shoulders roll. Back foot steps up slightly. Make enough space in your body to lift your heart up, draw your navel towards your back. And then as you exhale, begin to hinge at your waist and fold. Allow your breath and gravity to do whatever you need. Notice where you're fighting and see if you can release. Maybe your palms are down on the floor, maybe your fingers frame out your front foot. As you take your next breath, begin to lean forward. Walk your hands out in front of you slightly, stretching deeper into your back and your side body. And then inhale, lift the right leg. Now, again, your split might be a little lower, or your right leg lifts to wherever your sky is. And then as you take your next breath, step the right foot down as you bend the left knee. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Exhale, draw the left knee up towards your left wrist. Drop the right knee down. Make sure that your left foot is flexed. Your right leg is long. If you gaze behind you, there should be a nice long line from hip to heel. Don't rush your way down. Lift your heart up. Feel where your edge is and allow your breath to expand or move you toward that edge. On the next breath, lift your gaze, press your palms in, curl your right toes under, lift your left leg to the sky, and then maybe draw some circles, maybe fan out that hip. And then make your way back into downward facing dog. On the next breath, we're going to drop down onto our knees. Inhale, lift your gaze, lift your heart. Exhale, round your spine, chin to chest. Inhale, back to neutral. Toes together, knees wide, and let your hips sit back into that child's pose. Inhale from child's pose, press your palms back in, bring yourself back to table, and then cross your ankles over each other or sweep your legs to the side as we make our way back into our seated posture, or into our seated posture. We didn't even start here yet. All right. So from our comfortable seat, we're going to bring our left leg in the front, if it isn't already. And then as you inhale, lift your fingers all the way up to the sky. Bring your palms open to face each other. Lift your gaze. This is Ujjayi, or victorious mudra. Mudra being hand positions. And it helps to feel victory. Feel expansion over all that murk and muck. It's how we rise back through the algae just like the lotus rises out of the mud. As you exhale, allow for your right hand to make your way behind you. Bring your left hand across, bring your gaze down to your right knee, and then slowly begin to twist as you send your eyes over your right shoulder. With your right hand or your left hand planted, release your right palm, lift your palm to the sky. Begin to lean towards your left knee as you lift your right hand up and over. If you're here with us, listen to the relaxing sounds of the intense metal music next door. And just feel gratitude that we have such a wonderful space to share. As you inhale, lift your right fingers back up to the sky, and then exhale, plant your right hand behind you once again. And then unwind your twist. Bring your palms back to your knees and switch legs. You know, honestly, I'm not a big fan of the metal music, which it's good, no worries. Music is music. But I'd rather have that than hearing someone like talk outside the door the entire time. So, you know, just preference. I like to pick my distractions. All right, as you take your next breath, sky once again, let's come back to that space where we're rising from the mud. We're becoming victorious over our patterns and our belief systems, all of that programming that we no longer need. We came here as a download. Everything else is software that's been uploaded to us, and we can release that out. As you exhale, we're going to go ahead and take the left hand and bring it behind you. Bring your right hand across onto your knee, and then send your gaze over your shoulder. Notice the opening in your belly, maybe in your spine. And then with your right hand planted, begin to release your left hand out, flip your palm up to the sky. Start to lean your right shoulder towards your right knee, lift your left hand up and over. Try to keep your heart open. Inhale, lift the left hand back up. Exhale, place it back down next to your left hip. Twist. And then release and unwind. Come back to neutral. Bring your shoulders to your ears, and then exhale, roll them back and down. So from here, we'll send the legs out long in front of us. Let the toes face toward the heart. So we're gonna fold forward, but first we're gonna make sure that our torso is nice and long. And our fold might land our hands on our knees, and might land our hands on our shins, our ankles, or the tops of our feet, or maybe our index finger and our second finger come in between, our thumbs press into our toes. Wherever we're gonna go, we're gonna inhale, lift the heart up and open. And then as you exhale, hinge at your waist and fold down. And again, wherever your hands land is where you land. As you inhale, release the posture. Begin to lift yourself back up. Bring your shoulders back and away from your ears. Plant your hands behind you and lift your heart to the sky. Keep your feet flexed. And then as you exhale, bring your gaze back forward. And then make sure you have enough room behind you and begin to, with intention, start to lower yourself one vertebrae at a time down onto the mat. So with our legs long, we're in a nice long spine, nice long feet. As you inhale, bring your palms to your sides and one at a time, lift your legs up above your head. So they're up to the sky, feet are pressed maybe toward the ceiling. Keep those legs engaged. Allow for all the lymph fluid to flow. Allow for the blood to move toward the heart so the heart doesn't have to work so hard to go pump that blood through the body. As you take your next breath, draw your knees toward your chest. If they land on your belly, that's okay. We're going to bring our hands to our shins and rock back and forth, side to side. Feeling as if we're going to crack ourselves open here as a little egg capsule. As you exhale, let your knees settle over to the left side of your mat. Let your heart anchor into the earth. Maybe your arms come out like goalposts or goddess arms. Maybe your right arm lifts and reaches above your head, giving you a deeper stretch in the side body. Maybe you can feel the rise and fall of your breath as you take this reflective pause. As you take your next breath, begin to bring your hands back down to your sides to stabilize yourself here, to lift your knees back up into the center. And then inhale, lift the legs back up to the sky. Feet face toward the ceiling. Take a deep breath in through your nose and then exhale out through your nose. As you take your next breath, tuck your knees back toward your chest or your belly. And then exhale and let those knees stack over to the right side of your body. And again, your arms can come like goalposts, or maybe the left arm reaches above the crown of your head to give you more space in that side body. As you rest down on the earth, as you take your next inhale, allow your knees to move back into center. Bring your hands back to stabilize. We're going to lift the legs over the head one more time. You can draw some circles with your ankles. And then as you are ready, you begin to bring your legs down one at a time or both toward the earth. Reach your arms over the crown of your head, stretch in opposite directions. Fill your whole body with tension and stress. Clench your jaw, make fists with your hands, point your toes. And then as you exhale, release it all out. Allow your arms to come down to your sides. Your palms touch the earth next to you. Your heart softens into the mat. Allow your shoulders to release the tension. Allow your jaw to go slack and let your tongue rest in the bottom of your throat. Just allow yourself all the freedom in the world to find peace. Let go of any thoughts, distractions, or frustrations that may have bubbled up through your practice. And just allow all of that to go. Nothing to do, nothing to fix, nothing to change. Simply let yourself be exactly where you are. Begin to allow for your breath to grow deeper. Begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Draw circles with your wrists and your ankles. Begin to make deeper, more dramatic movements with your body to wake yourself up. Coming back from your slumber, back into the space. Draw your knees towards your chest. And as you're ready, begin to roll onto your side. As you roll, take one reflective moment here. Just to look back on your practice and see what you want to take with you and what you'd like to leave on your mat. Remembering you're a human being, so if there's nothing you want to leave, it's okay to take it all. And if you want to leave it all, but you don't know that you're ready, take what you need and leave what you don't. As you're ready, begin to press yourself up into a comfortable seat. Allow your hands to meet back at heart center, with your palms touching and your thumbs resting in your sternum. I want to thank you for joining me in practice. Thank you for time to take care of yourself. And with all the light in me, I can see and honor all the light in all of you, and I bow to you. Namaste.